What do you eat? How many times have you thought, how do I keep from getting bored? Well, here's my secrets to creating a flavor-filled vegan kitchen and have almost an endless variety of things that you can eat. I'm here outside in my gorgeous Tanzanian garden. I'm Opare from Food for the Soul, and here on this channel I share tips and tools you can use to create a healthy diet and lifestyle that you can actually stick to. If that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to click the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you'll find out every time I upload a new video. When you are first becoming vegan, or maybe you've been vegan for a little while but you're kind of in a rut and you don't know what to eat, I'm going to share several things that will help you create almost an endless variety of things that are delicious, satisfying, and healthy. The first thing is learning how to make flavorful beans, and I suggest that you learn how to make them from the dried beans, not the canned beans. It's really not that difficult, especially in this day and age of Instant Pots and things like that, but even without that, it's not that difficult. I like to use what in Indian cuisine is called tempering, in terms of you cook the beans on their own and then you create a flavorful seasoning thing made of onions and garlic and other things like that that you enjoy that you can add in a little bit later. Look around for 2 or 3 bean recipes that you can use as a base for an endless array of bean type recipes, because you can always vary the type of bean: black beans, white beans, brown lentils, red lentils, green lentils, red kidney beans, butter beans. There's so many different kinds of beans. And then you can vary what you put in it. Are you making it curry flavor or Ethiopian type flavor, Mexican flavor, soul food, Creole? There's so many different ways you can turn the same beans into different types of recipes. And then once you have those, you can use them in different ways. Beans and rice, you can use them for soup. You can top a salad with it. You can mash them up and turn it into a spread to put on a sandwich. Once again, there are many, many, many different things you can do with those beans. So make it a point to learn how to make delicious beans from dried beans. And lentils are even quicker than other kind of beans. Most lentils you can cook in a very quick amount of time. Here's a video on flavorful beans. The second thing is to learn how to make a good vinaigrette dressing. Once you learn how to make your own dressing, you won't ever want to eat those bottled dressings again. And it's really very simple. If you keep in mind the 5 flavors, and this is true for any of the dishes you're making, but in a salad dressing, you want something salty, you want something sweet, you want something bitter or sour, like vinegars and lemon juices. You want savory something, the spices, the flavoring, and you want something spicy possibly. So you want to get the 5 flavors into your vinaigrette. And again, this is something that once you know the basics of it, you can create an endless variety by varying the oils, varying the vinegars, varying the spices. You can use oil-free. I often make oil-free dressings using tahini or other nut kind of butters, or just putting some sunflower seeds in a blender with the other ingredients and let that make it creamy. There are so many different ways. Once you know the basics, vinaigrette dressings are the foundation of making a delicious salad. So the third thing is a kale salad. And I actually would say several different kale salads. I happen to have, I'm not sure, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, kale recipes on my blog. So have a couple of them in your pocket that you can pull out, and maybe one that is your favorite. My spicy kale salad is an all-time favorite, and oftentimes as people learn to make it, they take it to their family gatherings and their families want to know about it. When I first started making it and I took it to my family holiday gatherings or potluck get-togethers, and people always want to know the recipe or for me to bring it again the next time. So the spicy kale salad is amazing, but there are many, many other types of kale salad. I have a fig kale salad or a harvest kale salad, or there's many types of kale salad. So get a couple of kale salads under your belt that you can pull out on a regular basis and make it a regular part of your healthy diet. You can see the video for my spicy kale salad here. The next thing would be a nut or seed milk. Yes, you can buy nut milks and seed milks and now oat milks, and the variety of plant-based milks is growing and growing and growing, and that's great that you can quickly find things at the store. And sometimes that's what you need, is just something you can grab and use. But if you can learn to make your own, then you don't have to worry about running out, or if they're really expensive, or all the crazy ingredients that they put in there right now here in Tanzania. So some of the things that I have used in the past, I can't find anymore. But I know how to make my own almond milk, my own cashew milk, my own sunflower seed milk, my own hemp seed milk. And so I never have to be without milk when I need it. So learn how to make your own milk. And there's really only two things you need, is water and whatever the nut or seed you're going to use. You can add dates or something if you want it to be a little sweet. You could add other flavorings if you want, but those are not necessary. Water and the nut or seed and a blender. Some of them you'll need to use a nut milk bag and strain out the pulp. Others you don't need to strain at all. Like cashew milk, you can just blend and use. Learn how to make your own plant-based nut milk. The next thing is a pasta, a vegan pasta, because pasta is again something you can make a wide variety of things. My go-to one is a one-pot pasta, because I can just throw everything in the pan and then have something delicious, within a short time. And again, I can vary the types of pasta I use. I can use macaronis or spaghettis or whatever type of pasta that you like and that you have on hand. You can vary what you put in it. It can be a tomato based, or it doesn't have to be. You can put different veggies in it, different spices in it. You might make it be a basil, one, or a pesto kind of thing, or you can vary what it tastes like by varying the other things that you put in it. So there are many, many different types of pasta. The one-pot pasta is one I really enjoy having in my recipe box, but there are several others that I use as well. There's a Alfredo. There's a vegan macaroni and cheese, where the cheese is made out of blended cooked potatoes, carrots, onions, and tomatoes, and it's very delicious. So get a few pasta recipes under your belt and have those be in your rotation of what you eat. Another thing is a stir fry. I often do that when I'm just trying to use up the things that are in my refrigerator. I want something quick and easy, and it can go towards Chinese, it can go towards Thai food, it can go towards Japanese. There are another technique that if you know how to make a stir fry, you can use it to be able to create a wide variety of meals. And if you don't want to use oil, you can stir fry in water. So what I tend to have on hand is Chinese 5-spice, some soy sauce, some mirin, or lemon juice or lime juice, some kind of vinegar, rice wine vinegar, and fresh ginger and some fresh garlic. And those are the base of a wide variety of things to make it Thai. You can add coconut milk, you can add curry powder, you can, so many different things. So learn the basics of these things, and then from there you can begin to branch out and explore some other ways of doing it. Here's a video I did a while ago about making an oil-free stir fry. Of course, smoothies are something that are very popular, especially for breakfast items. And so learn how to make a smoothie, have smoothie things on hand, either in your freezer or in your refrigerator, or just on your counter, different fruits, different nuts or seeds you can add in for some creaminess. I always put ginger in mine. Smoothies are a really wonderful way to have some more variety in your kitchen, in your diet. I really recommend that you learn about international seasonings and flavorings and how to combine different seasonings to make Mexican-inspired food, North African-inspired food, Ethiopian-inspired food, Indian-inspired food, Asian, Thai, all of these different spices. When you combine that, understand, Jamaican, Caribbean, all the various different regions of the world, they each use spices and seasonings in unique ways. Oftentimes they may use many of the same things, but the combinations that they use will make the flavors of that region of the world. The more of those types of international spice combinations that you know about, again, the more you can vary what you're eating. The same pot of beans can be jerk, bitter bear for Ethiopian, Mexican can be. Italian is another flavor, a seasoning combination, combining these international spice and seasoning combinations with the various different dishes, the beans, the pasta, the stir fries, the salads, the dressings, and you now have just totally expanded what's possible for you to make in your kitchen. And if you're trying to eat more raw, the things that you want to learn is to make a pate, which is out of seeds or nuts that you put in the food processor along with onions and garlic and different seasonings. You can add sun-dried tomatoes to it. You could add some, dates or something if you wanted a little sweet. You can add olives. Again, a pate, a nut pate, can be used on top of a salad, between some raw bread or crackers to make a sandwich. It could be put in an avocado as an avocado boat. So a pate is a good thing to add if you are eating raw. Whether you're eating raw or not, a marinated vegetables is another great thing. This combines your vinaigrette knowledge with your international seasonings knowledge and combines it with whatever vegetables that you have on, like, not soft vegetables, but things like broccoli, cabbage, carrots, bell peppers, any of those tougher types of vegetables. You can cut them up into bite-sized pieces, put them in a dish or a jar, and make a vinaigrette, put it on there, shake it up, and let it sit for a little while, and you have got something amazing. Even before I knew anything about eating raw food, I knew about marinated vegetables because my mother used to make it all the time with broccoli, a bottle of Italian dressing. And we would take it to potlucks. Later on, I would take it to potlucks, and it was always a big hit. So then when I became raw, I remembered that, and I began to use that same concept, varying the vegetables to match what I was eating. I could turn it into Asian marinated vegetables when I was making sushi rolls, and I could have Asian vegetables to go along with it. I could turn it into something Mexican with corn and tomatoes and peppers and cilantro, and then use the Mexican, chipotle pepper powder and other Mexican type spices and herbs to make a Mexican flavored vegetables. Could turn it into anything, any of those international flavors, the vegetables that you have on hand, varying different vegetables. So with the Asian, I would use pea pods and things like that. With the Mexican, use corn and tomatoes. With Italian, might use zucchini, or use your imagination and then think outside the box. You don't have to just follow what is the norm. You can be creative and create your own combinations that fit your taste. Indian with curry powder. So many different options. There's no need to ever be bored. My motto is there's no boring food allowed in my kitchen. And I don't want there to be boring food in your kitchen too. You can eat healthy and love your food 100%. One of the things that I have often taught is that what is the most important thing in your kitchen is you and your willingness to experiment. Take any of these ideas and then experiment and begin to learn which flavor combinations work for you, which cooking methods work for you, and then you will never be short of things to eat because you'll always be able to find something with whatever's in your refrigerator. Even if you don't have a recipe on hand, you can open up your refrigerator and say, oh, I have cabbage, I have potatoes, I have carrots, I have bell peppers, I can make a curried cabbage. So learn how to make the basic things, and then you'll be able to expand on those. So that's just a start of the things that I think are key so that you will never run out of delicious, healthy, vegan or raw food, and you can thrive whole and healthy. And come on over to the blog where I have well over 100 recipes of all different varieties of main dishes, side dishes, desserts, beverages, breakfast, soups, salads, sauces and dressings, so many different cooked as well as raw, vegan, 100% vegan recipes at foodforthesoul.me. So that's it for today here in my Tanzanian kitchen, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video and share this video with others who you think could use this information, and let's help spread the word of how easy it is and delicious it is to eat whole and healthy, to eat a healthy diet. I'm Opare here at Food for the Soul. Until next time, kwaheri, goodbye.